Welcome, amazing learners. My name is Teacher Caro, and I want to especially welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Yes, on this YouTube channel, we are going to be learning English language one step at a time. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and also turn on the notification button so that you can be notified whenever I drop a new video. Without further ado, let's dive right into the business of today. Let's go. Amazing learners, we're going to be looking at a fascinating topic today. But before I introduce the topic, let me ask a question. Have you had an amazing time with a friend and you want to recount the experience, but you're not certain whether to say Frank and I or Frank and me? You're confused and you don't know the exact one to use. So think no further. We are here to answer that question, whether to use I or me in a sentence. And so I'll be sharing some tricks to help you decide whether to use I or me. Let's dive right into it. The first trick we're going to delve into is a subject-object test. Now, if you're the one performing the action, you use I, being the subject. And if you're the one receiving the action, you use me, being the object. For example, our first example goes like this. Peter and I are going to the store. Now, Peter and I are the ones performing the action. So the right one to use there is I, because it is Peter and myself who are going to the store. Is that clear? Now for the second example, my mother gave my friend and me some money to buy snacks. Now, my friend and me are on the receiving end. We are receiving the action from the subject being my mother. So the right one to use is me. So when you're on the receiving end, you use me. But when you're on the acting end, you use I. So the second trick we're going to be looking at is the dropout test. Now, what do we do in this trick? You remove the other person from the sentence, and whatever you're left with would determine whether it is correct or incorrect. For example 1, we have my friend and I are going to the movies. So what are you going to do? You remove my friend and then you're left with I. Try to make the sentence with just I without my friend. Let's do that. I am going to the movies. Does that sound correct? Yes. That is correct. So it is only convenient to use I. The second example, John and me are writing a book. Now what do? You remove John. And what is left? Me. Try to make a sentence with just me. Me are writing a book, or me is writing a book. Is that correct? Of course not. It is wrong. So you always use I in this context, because me cannot perform an action in the sentence. It is the work of I. Me can only receive the action. And so for every time there's a need to perform an action, you always use I. And when there's a need to receive an action, you use me. Okay, so let's look at instances where me is correct using this trick. For example, my teacher gave my friend and me a homework. Now, this is very, very correct. But following this rule, we're going to take off my friend and then make the sentence and see if it's still correct. My teacher gave we're taking off my friend. My teacher gave me a homework. Is that correct? Yes, it is correct. But let's try I and see if maybe we are just speculating. My teacher gave I a homework. Is that correct? Of course not. It sounds ridiculous. Okay, so in this context, we are now certain that it is me we're supposed to use and not I. Another trick is to use it after prepositions, okay? Now, always use me after prepositions. For example, the competition is between you and me. So you always use me after a preposition. Between here is a preposition. So the right one to use is me. You're comparing two people, you and me. And between is the object of comparison, okay? The next one is she addressed the letter to my friend and me. To there is the preposition. And so it is only right to say my friend and me and not my friend and I. But if you look closely, even though these words are prepositions, you will note that they are all receiving actions and none of them are performing any action. What does that tell you? It all boils down to rule number 1. Always take out the subject and the object and you would know it correctly. By applying those tricks accurately, you will become more confident in using I and me correctly. Kindly drop examples in the comment section. I want to see your examples. Let your fellow amazing learners also correct you if you're wrong. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments. Teacher Carol is always at your service. Do not forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. Also, please turn on the notification button so that you can be notified when I drop my next video. Stay safe and remain amazing. Goodbye.